16-year-old Liana Friedenbach and her 19-year-old boyfriend, Philippe Caffer, set off on their first weekend camping. They were both incredibly young and excited to spend time with each other. Everything seemed perfect between them. But the location they chose for camping was as peaceful as it appeared, yet it was truly dangerous. The area had already gained a reputation for high crime and violence, something neither of them had any idea about. What was supposed to be a normal, adventurous trip would turn into the most terrifying, pure horror experience of their lives. One night, while they were sleeping in their tent, two men sneaked up to them. One man was armed with a short-barreled gun, and the other, a large knife. These men woke Liana and Philippe from their sleep. Seeing the weapons in their hands and the fear that gripped them, they both froze. They were dragged outside, their hands tied, and they were virtually held hostage. From that moment, their weekend was over, and now the beginning of one of Brazil's most disturbing crime cases was about to begin. Liana Fred was born on May 6, 1987 in São Paulo, Brazil. She grew up in a very middle-upper-class family. Her mom was Maria, dad was Ari, and she had a younger brother. A small, happy family. Her father was a lawyer and her mother was a homemaker. Liana was family-oriented, sweet, and very grounded. In her family, Liana was closest to her father, Ari. She always informed her parents where she was going, with whom, and when she would return. Her father would always pick her up or drop her off at the bus stop near her house. Her parents enrolled Liana in one of the most prestigious private schools in São Paulo because they wanted her to study in a positive environment that would ensure her future would be bright. At just 16, Liana began thinking about her career. She wanted to study physical education and was soon going to take the FUELES, an entrance exam required for admission to top Brazilian universities. Her dedication to her future at such a young age demonstrates how sorted, stable, and serious and clear-eyed Liana is about her goals. It was during this time that she met a 19-year-old boy named Philippe Caffer at new school. They instantly felt a connection. Philippe Caffer he came from a modest background and worked alongside his schooling. He was attending school thanks to a scholarship, not privilege. His dreams were clear. He wanted to study law and then join the police force. Around this time, Philippe had made a plan with some friends to go camping near a village called Ambergaku. He had even talked to Liana about going there specifically with Liana. They wanted to go camping at the end of October, and Philippe had already been there with his friends and had loved the place. But as the camping date drew closer, many of Philippe's friends declined, and in the end, only Philippe and Liana were left. Philippe was very keen to go, so Liana didn't want to leave him alone. So they decided to go camping, just the two of them. But neither Philippe nor Liana knew much about the place, especially the fact that it was a hotbed of gang activity and criminal activity. It was over. The first time Philippe went camping at this place, their group was much larger, and perhaps that's why they felt very secure there, and nothing bad happened to them. But this time, it was just Liana and Philippe. Shortly after, Liana told her father, Ari, about Philippe and that they were dating. Ari didn't have much of a problem with this. For 2 months, from August to September 2003, Philippe and Liana dated. But Liana knew that her parents would never allow her to go anywhere with a guy they didn't know very well, and especially not to a place they had no idea about. So, she lied to her father. She told her father that she would be with her youth group on Friday night and that morning she would be going on a supervised trip, a trip she had already been on before, so her father didn't have much of a problem with it or doubt Liana. Philippe and Liana had left their backpacks in their school lockers the day before. So no one at home knew. So that there would be no doubt about it. Philip had clearly told his parents that he was going camping with his friends, which was a very normal thing for him and his parents. Now everything was set, and no one had any idea where Liana and Philippe were going. On Friday, October 31st, after school, Liana didn't go home. She met Philippe outside the school gate. Both of them picked up their backpacks and, fully prepared for the weekend, set off for the city. They reached TRT Terminal. There, they bought tickets and boarded a bus to Ambergaku, and from there, they took a bus to Seita, the village near their camping site. From there, they had to walk another 4.5 kilometers. From there, they continued walking for about 4 kilometers. towards the old farmhouse that Philippe had told them about, which had been closed many years ago after a criminal activity. But neither of them had any idea what was going to happen to them once they reached that place. Music. As they passed through the village, the people there treated them very strangely. They were staring. While walking, they crossed paths with two men, Campina, who was 16, and her friend, Paramabuco, who was 32. Some time later, Liana and Philippi arrived at their destination. While they were searching for a place to set up their tent, they had already marked the location. They now knew Liana and Philippi's exact location. While setting up the tent, Liana's father called her on her mobile phone. Her father couldn't hear any voices around her. He asked her why there wasn't any activity around. Liana told her father a small lie, saying that everyone was too tired from the travel and had fallen asleep early. Her father told Liana, "Okay, just rest and keep calling me." With that, Liana's father hung up. After a very tired night, Philippi and Liana fell asleep in their tent. Just a few hours later, Campina and Paramabuco arrived with their weapons. One had a short gun, the other a large knife, and they shouted, waking Liana and Philippi from their sleep. They woke them up and asked them to come out. Liana and Philippe were terrified, and they had no choice. Their hands and feet were tied. They were also blindfolded. At first, Liana and Philippe thought they were there to steal. But it wasn't. Liana's father was worried when he didn't receive a call from Liana that night. The next morning, his fears grew even greater when Liana's phone was switched off and he couldn't contact her. After asking one of Liana's friends, her father clearly realized that Liana wasn't on a school trip. She had gone camping with her boyfriend, Philippe, to a village called Ibu Goaku. Her father immediately arrived in the area around Ibu Goaku and took a car and began searching for them in the surrounding areas. With the help of a businessman friend, he dropped their missing plates from a helicopter over the area and distributed them in the surrounding areas. He then took Philippe and Liana deep into the jungle. Now, within 5 days, something terrifying was about to happen to Liana. Something she never imagined even in her wildest dreams. Finally, the police arrived at the place where Liana and Philippi had set up their tent. They found the tent there. Their bags were intact. All their belongings were intact, and outside the tent, they found Liana's slippers, the ones she wore every day. Upon seeing them, Liana's father knew someone had kidnapped them. When the police began searching the surrounding area, one name kept coming up: Campina, a notorious criminal who used to commit crimes in the forests of the same area. That same night, a woodsman working in the area called Liana's father after seeing the number on the plate. The woodsman called Liana's father and told him that they had found a drunk man staggering in the woods, muttering strange things. This man was Antonio Cassano. The police immediately arrested him. During the police investigation, Antonio told the police everything. Then he started telling everything one by one. He told the police that initially he was just the two of them. They had gone there to steal goods. But upon seeing Liana, their intentions changed. Liana had even told him that she belonged to a wealthy family and could arrange any amount of money for them. But Paramabuco had other plans. They took Liana and Philippi to a house deep in the forest. Once there, Philippi was tied to a chair and severely beaten. Liana was taken to another room where Paramabuco raped her. Philippi listened from a nearby room but could do nothing. After several hours, they were taken to another house. This house belonged to Antonio Silva, where he lived with another friend, Agnaldo Pires. By then, the group had grown to 5. They decided they could not keep Philippi alive, and on November 2nd, Paramabuco shot and killed him on the spot. After which, Liana is raped by each man in turn for 2 more days. She is starved, beaten, tied up, and her every hope is slowly destroyed. On November 4th, the police, along with several team members, searched the surrounding area. They were searching for Liana and Philippe. When the 5 men learned of this, a panic broke out among them. Campina knew that Liana was the only witness to what they had done to Philippe and Liana. And if Liana survived and they were caught, she would testify against them, exposing them all. So he decided to kill Liana as well. He told his other friends that he was going to drop Liana off at the bus stop. But he had other plans. He took Liana into a dense forest, while the bus continued to move ahead. Campfabena stabbed Liana in the neck with his knife. Liana was injured, but she still tried to escape. He stabbed her further, resulting in her death. After Antonio Cotogno told the police officers what happened, a team of police officers immediately arrested the other four. In July 2006, Cotogno was sentenced to 124 years in prison, Peres to 47 years, Matters to 6 years, and Palma Bucco to 110 years.